Before this video begins, make sure to subscribe and turn on notifications so you never miss an upload. Also, be sure to check out my affiliate links down in the description below so you can get discounts on different car mods and products. Alrighty, let's get into the review. Hello and welcome! Today we are reviewing a 2021 BMW M440i. This is a convertible rear-wheel drive. I would like to thank Flood Ford Lincoln in Narragansett, Rhode Island for allowing me to both review and test drive this vehicle. Their link is in the description below. Alrighty, so this currently has about 6,000 total miles. This is a two-door coupe and is of course a convertible. This is a two-row coupe with seating for 4. And it has a curb weight of about 3,977 pounds. It also has a gross weight of about 4,949 pounds. This is powered by a 3-liter turbo i6 engine with a mild hybrid electric system, making 382 horsepower and 369 pound-feet of torque. This is the same drivetrain out of the Toyota Supra. This is mated with an 8-speed shiftable automatic. This can achieve 0 to 60 miles per hour in about 4.5 seconds, and it has a 158 mile per hour top speed. For MPG, this gets 22 city, 31 on the highway, and 25 MPG combined, out of a 15.6 gallon fuel tank. For the wheels, you get 19-inch alloys with 225 tires, and those do have BMW floating hubcaps inside of them as an option. You do get front and rear ventilated disc brakes, and you also get larger brakes in the front than in a standard 4 Series. As for safety features in here, you get blind spot monitoring, rear cross traffic alert, lane departure alert with lane keep assist, and corner swiveling headlights. So this is pretty much like a 4-seat Supra with the same basic drivetrain and the same speaker pumped in engine noise. This does not have pure engine noise, some of it is pumped in, but it sounds great. This is 188 inches long, 72.9 inches wide without the mirrors, 54.8 inches tall, and has 5.1 inches of ground clearance. This rides on a 4-wheel independent suspension system, and it does have a center LSD or limited slip differential. You do get chrome tip dual exhaust in the rear, those are made of aluminum, and that does have active exhaust valves, so it does get louder or quieter depending on your drive mode. You get 12 cubic feet of trunk space in the rear, and just to note, some of the M badges on this car are added on, so not all of these come from the factory. So, for the looks in the front, you get the new kidney-shaped grille design. I don't like it as much. I didn't love it initially. I thought it looked kind of like Cowcatcher-esque, like Lexus. They're just going too big and too aggressive for the grille. But it does differentiate it from the previous generations pretty well, and I'm starting to like it more and more. This does have active grille shutters inside of that grille, so that can improve airflow, so it can open or close those to help cool the engine, which is a really cool thing. And of course, around the exterior, you get tons of different functional air vents in the front, rear, and sides. You do get BMW's laser headlights in the front with LEDs all around. And for the side profile here, it carries both an elegant and aggressive design in a well-executed design pairing, in my opinion. I think it looks really cool. Really, the 4 Series has really always been a pretty elegant-looking car, but with this new low-slung design and just the sloping roof back and just a very modern look to the front. This doesn't look as similar to old BMWs due to that new kidney grille design. I really like it. So where this sits in the buyer's bracket, it is costing a lot less than a BMW M4, but it has a lot of great power, and it has it's a very good daily use value prop. So we will see how it drives in a little while on an upcoming video on Radial reviews, so make sure to check that out. But for now, let's have a step outside and look around. Alright, so here on the exterior, here's that new kidney grille. It's growing on me. I didn't like it initially, but it does set it apart from the older models, and I think it looks okay. And it does have the grille shutters, which is really cool. There are some functional vents down there. Here are some beautiful M blue brake calipers, and even a little cap, so that's cool. And it is an option in here. This does not have the optional floating hubcaps, but you can get it so the BMW will be weighted centered even when the wheel spins, so that's a pretty cool thing. And it does have M right here, and some nice two-tone wheels. Here you get like a satin finish, almost like more of a tan gray color, a little different from the body, but some of the trim follows that, so that's really cool, with some blinker indicators. This is of course the convertible, so here's going to be your soft top. This is one button press, and it'll fold back into the trunk like so, and then come back over, and it's a very quick and easy process. Then over here you get some pretty simple body lines, but you know, they're purposeful where they need to be. It has some nice wide hips in a sense in the back of the M440i, so that's pretty cool. Here's your dual tip exhaust, trunk back there, and then here is your badging. And then for another look at the side over here, 5.1 inches of ground clearance. It obviously looks very sporty and very aggressive, but it looks really elegant. I love the swoops of the coupe body style and the roof going back in just such a sloping fashion. It looks really nice to me. And then of course a giant hood for this engine, so that's really cool. And you do get a head-up display inside of here. All right, so stepping inside, there you see your automatic seatbelt tensioner. It'll come out and it'll let you grab it easier. Over here for your door panel, you do get a trunk button. And then over here, it's very nice, well finished. Lots of good stitching. All the way until you hit here is completely soft plastic, minus the speaker grill, so that's cool. Very nice, well padded. Good contrast stitching, pretty soft, supple leather, so that's good. And you do, of course, get your door sill right there saying M. To the left of your steering wheel, you just get some light controls. For your steering wheel here, this thing is massive. It is so large. It has such great bolsters, and this thing really feels like a sports car steering wheel. They did a good job in that regard. Here on the back, you get some shift paddles. They're plastic, they're pretty large, but they feel pretty good in hand. They're substantial enough. You get a fully digital gauge cluster in here. You can change how it looks a little bit with your drive mode. So here's Eco, and then you can go into Sport and Sport Plus. It turns a bit more red, and I haven't driven a BMW with this digital one, I don't think, in a while, so they may have updated some things from, I drove the BMW M4 a while ago, the 2018 I believe, on the channel, but yeah, this definitely has a bit more updated interior. Looks very nice. Then up here you get a giant speaker cutout, which is cool. You get a head-up display in front here, as you can see. And then over throughout the rest of it, it's a nice chocolate leather interior, very cool. And full power seats on both sides, of course. And they have adjustable side bolsters, which is really good. I have them very tight right now, and it really hugs you, just like an aggressive sports car should. But it can also drive pretty calmly in your comfort levels, so that's good. Over in the center here, you get your iDrive. It is touchscreen, and it does have both Apple CarPlay and Android Auto in here. Here you get this sensor here, so you can change your drive modes like so. And all your safety modes actually inside of here are preset modes, so you can get individual mode and then all on, so you can turn on or off all your safety features right there. Then through here, you get your basic climate controls. It's pretty simple to use, and they're more of like a rocker system, so up and down like so on most of those buttons. And then you get a little LCD screen right there. You do get still a hard volume knob and some seek buttons and presets, which is cool for the radio function, and those are actually going to be touchscreen, which is cool, so you can slide along like this and it'll reply inside of iDrive. And then over here you get a little bit of like a shark tooth design for this plastic center. Looks pretty cool. And then inside of here you get a 12 volt, you get a USB type A, wireless charging pad for a phone, and 2 cup holders. Here for your shifter, as usual, BMW makes a bit of an interesting setup for their shifters, but it's simple enough to use in this iteration. Here's your backup camera. It's actually extremely high quality, and you do get front and rear parking sensors. And if you put it back in park like so, right there, then you get your start stop button, of course, your parking sensor on and off, traction off button, a couple of blank buttons, but not really full buttons, just blank slots right there. And then your drive modes right here, Sport, Comfort, or Eco Pro. And you get an auto hold. Here you get your electronic parking brake, and here you get your main controls with touchscreen for iDrive if you want to use it like so. And then back over here you do get and then right here you actually get this switch with 3 levels. So what this does, actually in your headrest here for both the driver and the passenger, you get a climate vent right here, mainly for heat. So you can actually heat the back of your neck if you're driving in the winter or the cold weather with the top down. So BMW knew a lot of people like using convertibles that way, and they added a rear neck heater. And definitely going to be well in use. And then in the rear here, it's just a 4-seater, but it does have okay room back there, not bad at all. And then for visibility, it's not actually too bad. The back window does tend to slope down a good while, so it's not all that bad. And you get blind spot monitoring in both windows, of course, so that is pretty good. As for the rest of the fit and finish in here, the whole dashboard is soft padded, and it has a good use of variety in materials. So it has that like shark tooth design, some basic chrome, and of course some black plastic, but also soft touch like rubberized leather right up here, and it's pretty good. Then for your visor here, this is a convertible, so it's going to have a smaller visor, It does not slide in this case, so I wish it slid just a little bit. It doesn't slide. That's not that common of convertibles to have them slide, but I just wish they would include that a little bit. But otherwise, you get a very minimal frame mirror, looks very nice. And then you get an SOS button if you want to have SOS controls right there. And then overall, for the rest of this, you do get a heated steering wheel. You get an M-Badge steering wheel. And yeah, with the 8-speed automatic here, you can shift it right here or through those paddles. All right, so for my final thoughts on this BMW M440i, on its review, I think it's a very, very cool daily. This would be a great daily vehicle. It has a lot of power, and it's a mild hybrid system, so it gets half decent mileage for if you drive it a bit conservatively. And then additionally, it has tons of tech, tons of updated tech features, but yeah, it looks really sleek and elegant in what it does, but it also looks updated from previous 4 Series. You can definitely tell them apart very well. It's more of like I don't know what you would call it. It's more like an arrow type of design. It's almost as if they like made the car less wide and just like stretched it out forwards. So it looks kind of like a pinpoint type of car versus the other one compared side by side, the previous generation. It definitely looks that way. So this looks a lot more modern, a lot smaller in a sense, and it definitely looks more aggressive and just better overall. You know, they're always improving. And you get a lot of splashes of your M colors and M badging throughout this car, and in the gauges there. And additionally, on the key right here, here's your key. It does have the M colors just right on the side there, so definitely makes you stand apart from having a standard 4 Series. Alrighty, that'll just about wrap up this video of a BMW M440i from 2021. I would like to thank Flood Ford Lincoln, again in Narragansett, Rhode Island, for allowing me to both review and test drive this vehicle. Coming up next on the channel, I am going to be test driving this BMW, taking it for a 0 to 60, and doing a bit of highway driving and mixed driving with it, so make sure to check that out. As always, drive with passion, thank you very much for watching, and take care.